let's comp a home together. This is a comparable market analysis that you're gonna do to measure value as a realtor. Not to be confused with an appraisal, I'm not a licensed appraiser, most realtors aren't. First, we're gonna pull the information for our subject property, and then your MLS probably has the information from when it was last sold, but always pull the tax information. If sellers have made any additions, it's gonna show in the tax report. So I have my subject property on one screen, I have two screens here. Every MLS is different, so you're gonna have to learn this to your MLS, but what I do, I go to my maps. I'm gonna find my subject property, and I'm gonna draw about half a mile to 0.75 mile radius. This is a circle radius, and you kind of have to measure how far to go out based on the area that the house is in. Each house will vary, you're the local expert, so make your best judgment. On your MLS, there should be criteria for sold. Sold within the last 180 days. Under contract, my MLS shows comp only, meaning it never went to market, but they uploaded it as just a comp. I'm gonna click comp only. If there's enough results there, I don't pull the active just yet. I will pull the active later, but not yet. The next thing I'm gonna look for is it a one-story or a two-story? What I've heard, appraisers will match two-story to two-story and one-story to one-story. They won't do one-story to two-story typically. The next thing I do is square footage. The house that I'm comping is 1815 square feet, and I do about a 200 square foot difference both ways. I do 1600 to 2000, and that limits my results a lot. But I do have room to expand my radius. This area is all very similar, so we're gonna go 1.3 miles out. Okay, that gives us a lot more results. I kept the square footage. Now I have 30 results just by expanding that radius, so we're gonna keep narrowing it down. This house is 4 bedrooms, so I'm gonna do 4 bedrooms. My subject property was built in 2006, so I'm gonna do about a 15-year radius, 2000 to 2018. Subject property is also renovated. In Vegas, sometimes we have a lot of 1-car garages. So I'm gonna make sure that there's 2-car garage because my subject property has 2-car garage. And then bedrooms, mine's a 4-bedroom. There's not a lot of results as I assume, so I'm just gonna do 3 to 4. We have 12 results, that's not bad. So now I'm gonna go through every single photo of every single comp that it pulled and decide which ones are the most comparable. Another thing to think about is lot size. In Vegas, they're all pretty similar. And if you have one with a big lot, that is important. But this one is pretty average. So I'm not gonna worry about that for this one, but something to think about. I'm looking through these photos, I'm taking notes of what is renovated like my subject property. If your subject property is not renovated, do the opposite. And I get really excited when things just closed that are similar. Okay, after 12 results, I narrowed it down to 4 that I feel that are the most comparable after looking through every single photo. These are the ones that I'm gonna pull into my CMA. Like I said, every MLS is different, so you're gonna have to learn how to run your own CMAs on your platform. What mine does is it averages out the 4 that I pulled and gives me price per square foot average of those 4. Average price per square foot sold, not listed, sold, is typically what I go off of when I'm simplifying it and explaining it to my buyers and sellers. The average price per square foot sold in the comp that I just did is $276. Comment below where you're from and where your price per square foot stack up.